And the last thing I want to show you in utility sewing is how to do a blind hem stitch. So on your stitch menu, we're going to go back to 1.1, and the blind hem stitch is number 17. And I am going to go ahead and move my guide over, because I know if I minimize this, I can tell just by looking at it that that stitch is pretty wide. So, okay. So to do a blind hem, it's all mostly about folding the fabric. So what you want to do is fold your hem up, and if I'm doing this on a real garment, I will press my hem, and then what you want to do is fold the main fabric back away from the hem. So you've got this piece of hem sticking out. So the stitching is going to go onto the hem, and then the zigzag piece is just going to come over and grab that fold. So I'm going to line my fold right up with the guide. And I do have needle down activated, which is a good thing to do on many of our stitches. Oh, I got that little too close there. And I got my thread caught, but I'll take that out. It won't hurt anything here in a minute. I'm just a little too close to my fold. Okay. So this is something you may have to practice to get the width right. And sometimes if I don't pull my thread all the way to the back before I get started, it can get caught there. So that's what happened and what was making that lump up. So you want to make sure that when you pull your thread through, it comes all the way to the back. Now, as you can see, I've got a lot of thread showing, so I'm not real happy with that blind. It's not a very blind hem. So I'm going to do this again and make sure that I get that guide over as far as I can. And I'm going to also press the stitch restart, which makes sure that I'm starting right at the beginning of the stitch. And you can tell that where the stitch is going to start by, there's a little tiny green X up there, or cross, I think it is, plus. So, okay, I know it's going to start at the beginning now, and I'm still getting a pretty wide stitch, so I'm going to go ahead and edit my stitch a little bit. I'm going to make this not quite so wide so that I can have less of my thread showing. And I'm going to cut my thread. And hopefully this one will look a little better. Yeah, see there? Even though I'm using that bright green, lime green thread, you can barely see it on the front. So that was a successful blind hem.